Dealing with a partner that suffers from substance use disorder. Addiction is a disease that many people struggle with. While it can be treated, it cannot be cured. It's important to know the signs of addiction so you can better help your loved ones through this difficult time and make sure they are safe from any danger. What is addiction and how does it affect the brain? Addiction is a disease that affects the brain. It is a chronic condition that can be treated, but not cured. When someone suffers from substance use disorder to drugs or alcohol, their brain changes and they no longer have control over their behavior. This can cause them to do things they wouldn't normally do, like steal or sell drugs in order to get money to buy more drugs. It's important to be aware of the signs of substance abuse so you can better help your loved ones through this difficult time. If you notice any of these signs in your partner, it may be time to seek help. If your partner suffers from substance use disorder, you should be aware that this addiction can affect the whole family members in a negative way. How to help a loved one with an addiction. If you have a loved one with an addiction, it can be difficult to know how to help them. Addiction is a disease that affects the entire family, and it takes a lot of hard work and patience to overcome it. Here are some tips for helping a loved one with an addiction. Don't try to do it alone. It's important to have support from family and friends when dealing with a loved one that suffers with substance use disorder. They can provide emotional support and help you stay strong during tough times. Set boundaries. It's important to set boundaries with loved one that struggles with substance use disorder. This means setting rules and limits on their behavior and sticking to them. Be patient. Recovery from addiction is a lifelong process, and it requires a lot of effort to overcome. It can be difficult to stay strong through this journey, but it's important to be patient with your loved ones as they work towards recovery. Take care of yourself. If you take good care of yourself, you will be able to provide better support for the person you're helping. Get professional help. If the situation is too much for you to handle yourself, consider seeking help from a professional counselor or therapist. They can offer advice and may be able to provide counseling sessions with your loved one if needed. Don't give up hope. Most people with addiction do have the ability to recover. Don't blame yourself for their addiction. Addiction is a disease that's not your fault, so don't take responsibility for it. If your loved one won't accept help, you can still offer support through tough times and always be there to lend an ear if they need someone to talk to. Ways to deal with a spouse that suffers from substance use disorder. One way is to confront them about their addiction and let them know that you are aware of it. This can be difficult, but it is important that they know that you are there for them and want to help them get through their addiction. Another way to deal with this situation is to try and get your spouse into treatment. This can be challenging, but it may be the best way for them to get the help they need. You can also try to support your spouse in their recovery process by attending therapy sessions or support groups together. It is important to remember that each person's recovery process is different, so you may have to try a few different things before you find what works for you. You may even have to try several different things at once before finding the right balance. If all else fails, you need to remember to take care of yourself and do whatever is best for you and your family. Tips for supporting someone through a recovery process. Be there for them. Show your support by being there for them whenever they need you. Whether they need someone to talk to or just someone to lean on, be available. Offer encouragement. Recovery can be hard, but it is worth it in the end. Offer your encouragement and support, and remind them of why they are doing this difficult thing. Provide emotional support. Recovery is a difficult time in a person's life, and having someone there to support you emotionally can make the process much easier. Be understanding and patient when trying to help a partner with substance use disorder recover from their addiction. Recovery takes time, and it is important to be understanding of that. Let them know you are aware of their addiction but do not blame them for it. Be there for your partner and try to understand what they are going through, but do not constantly accuse them of having an addiction. Be open and honest with them about drugs and alcohol, but do not preach to them. Letting the person with substance use disorder know that you disapprove of their drug addiction use will only turn into a fight, which wastes time and energy that could be better spent on finding a solution. Keep an open line of communication always available. This way, when the time comes and they are ready to come clean about their addiction, you can give them support and encouragement as soon as possible.